The Keeping It Real podcast is a production of SPINMASTER MEDIA.
I'm like, what the? And then wind breaks. He's falling out the window, and SpongeBob is down there. Are you okay? That's a terrible impression. But like over that video got 50 to 70,000 views. Talking overnight.
Wow. Mr. Will Russell Foley, my guy, how are we in this fine day?
Doing great. I can never complain.
Honestly, yeah, no, for sure. It's been a hot minute, you and I, because like, oh my God, like the only time we saw each other was like, I think we were abroad in LA because I was there like on my grad school thing on my very last semester. And even before that too, like I'm sure we'll kind of get into it eventually. I first discovered you through TikTok, I think like 2020 when I was in school. Here's my thing, right? So basically TikTok has been a big surge in COVID. So I kind of started following people and stuff like that and
Same here.
wanted to yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
like nothing else to do but watch TikTok and YouTube and all that.
Pretty much. And I'm just like and everything got shut down too. Like, you know, like I was a junior at that time. Everything just got shut down and this was also the year like I started this podcast. It's been about like six or five at this point. So that's been crazy. Shout out to my sister. I don't get into specs, but yeah, like TikTok started there. And I started one of your videos like came across my For You page. I'm like, okay, look, why don't you start following this kid? And then fast forward to LA, like who would have thought? Like
Yeah.
I bet the small world. Literally, I kid you not. I'll never forget this day. I remember like I met so many of like the Temple friends like at the barbecue thing, of course, with like Joe, Dylan, Zach, everybody. Like everyone was so like chill and easygoing. Remember, you guys were hosting like a beer Olympics thing. I pulled through an Uber. I'll be like, hey, I'm having a good time and stuff like that. And I saw you, and when I got introduced, I was like, oh, nice to meet you, and all that stuff, blah blah blah. Very casual. And then and next thing you know, casually you're just like, hey, like I do TikToks and stuff like that. I'm like, wait, where'd you? Is that you? Because like I immediately pulled up my phone.
Yeah.
I searched. I was like, shit, that's you? That's you? And I have never been I'm like, wow, you're the guy that actually does this? I'm like, oh, this is gonna be good. And immediately it just like clicked just like that. Like
And he's shorter than I thought.
And he's already I thought, yeah, it's honestly, it's been so crazy because like we actually have a lot in common than we even thought. Like, you know, with like filmmaking and then gaming and all the whole nine yard. And I'm like, dude, like I think it'll be, you know, why not? Why not shoot the shit and just, you know, hey, like it's just so much fun. Like, what did you remember that day actually before you even?
Yes. It was the beer Olympics party. I remember getting there and and then just meeting you. I didn't
Honestly,
know
that was that's crazy.
I didn't know I'd be pressured into joining the what do you call it, the what the hell is it called, where we poke a hole through the cup chugging contest. I don't know.
Chugging contest, yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
There's a table for that.
Instantly drank 3 twisted teas, and I was like, guys, I was telling my 2 roommates who were with me, guys, I will pay for an Uber. And because I could not drive back. I didn't feel drunk, but I was drunk. I mean, I chugged 3 twisted teas in under like 2 minutes.
Y'all, you drove. Well, not
after that.
No, I drove. No, you drove before, but not after.
Yes. Yeah. No. Thankfully, Francesco was nice enough to drive the car, and it felt so weird because I remember you and I were talking about TikTok and everything because we had just met
TikTok and everything.
Backseat of the car. It felt so weird being in the backseat of the car that I drive. I don't know if you've ever been in that situation where like someone is driving your car and you're in the backseat and it's like you're in like a car.
Why? Well, I took an Uber because I didn't have a car.
Right.
So
okay.
Yeah. So that's my transportation. But Uber in LA is fucking.
It's expensive.
I'm telling you, right? Especially coming into my internship because I worked at Fox, like, and as a scripted like development intern, like every other, because I work like I think 3 or 4 days like in the office and stuff like that. Like even having 2 days off, like working remote, like going to Uber there and back, it's just not fun. It's not fun at all. It's awful. Like,
Did you work a
I
job while you're out there to, or were you paid at this internship so you could like still deal with the?
Of course I was paid. First of all,
I
how
was
can I
not paid.
not get paid? How can I not get paid, especially working at Fox
That's
Entertainment?
true.
Because let me
Yeah,
tell you, if I had an internship and I don't get paid, my experience in LA wouldn't have been as good. But
yeah,
when I accepted it, I'm like, I'm all set. Because first of all, I'm not gonna lie, it's literally a full circle for me because like I watch a couple shows from like, from Fox, for instance, like with Empire and stuff like that. Like, I used to watch that show, and then now I'm like doing like, scripted development for the same people that actually made these shows. I'm like, okay. I think, but yeah, no, like it's been pretty fun. Like this has like been like a little, still to this day, like my milestone of my career.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, I wasn't paid. I mean, I worked for an independent studio. I mean, it's a little more believable than unless I was working for a multi-billion-dollar company like Fox. But I definitely,
Imagine. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
still gained experience and made connections. I mean, this was a management studio for influencers, models, YouTubers.
Oh, so this is more like, it's just more on like the digital side kind of thing,
Yeah.
right? Like,
So I
okay.
not only made acquaintance with the people who I've worked with, but like even the influencers, who have like 10 times more the following than I have. I remember it was two people I've talked to, Lauren and Farai. They have their own podcasts, and I was their live editor, meaning I would have all the cameras connected, hit buttons to switch from camera to camera.
Yeah, yeah, like all
Produce
these
talk.
buttons and stuff. Yeah.
But it was cool. I would talk to them after. I showed them what I do, and they loved it. They both followed me. I followed them back. So that's how
Hell
that's how
yeah.
connections could start. Really. Of course, I
Yeah, it's
reached out.
about who you. Yeah, it's about like who you know, right? Like
Yeah,
that kind of thing.
I reached out to Farai. Told him I'm going to be moving back to LA soon, and he was nice enough to take my resume and share it to anybody who may be looking for you know looking for people who are looking to do entry style work. Honestly, that's all I'm looking for now. It's just any entry style work just to get me back in LA. That's just
No, honestly, like especially like nowadays in the last set of years, it's been crazy, honestly, because we all go through this too, like with like the chaotic job market and freelancing and like doing like free
whole
stuff
other.
and the whole other plethora of things. Like it's been wild, honestly, just to look at like how messed up it is, especially like entertainment as a whole. Because mind you, like we went through a strike, we went through AI, and the whole other things that like I wish we could just get into. But like it's just absolutely just nuts. The whole industry, just as much as I love like my like even our passion like film and TV, and obviously like that is what we do, is like we love doing this. It's like, but the industry though, like it's like, come on, you guys are killing us. You guys are killing us right here. We're
I'll be
trying to
honest.
make it here.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. It kind of sucked to be there during a crazy time when both writers and actors were on strike. But
Yes,
where I
yes.
was living in Burbank, I every day on my way to my internship, I would drive by Warner Brothers in the morning. That was the route I would take. I drive by the studio. There was a bunch of actors, just everybody. They were marching, and they had a few signs, honk to support us. Of course, I honked. I mean, these were great people
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
this, right. So there's always a light. There's always a light coming out of all the situations. Um, my only regret is not coming along the march with them. My two roommates did. You could join and march with them, and it's just I was
Yeah.
busy or something. I don't know. I didn't go that one time, but yeah, there's always something good out of it. My only
Yeah.
regret is not checking out the LA River. Like making a cool video there would have been nice because like the LA river throughout the entire city, where I would always ride my bike in GTA 5 on there, ride my motorcycle. I think it'd be a cool thing to make a film or something where that's
I was gonna say you could definitely make a short out of it. To be quite honest, there are just possible like endless possibilities. I would say
exactly, yeah. I mean,
to go on about it.
and that's the thing. I have projects that are in development, not like in writing yet, but like in I always have my ideas, and like a lot of these are stuff like I'll get to it. I just gotta be back in LA first.
No, because
It
like
couldn't
at
happen.
this yeah, no, at this point in time, like yeah, got to at some point. I mean, you're based in Philadelphia, of course, so it's like like you've been working like secretly for like a minute with your YouTube shorts. I think the last time you did it was like the Android shutdown type thing, like After Effects. VFX and all that. Like, it's so crazy, but
Yeah.
it was good.
Android
It was
Showdown was a
actually
real
fun.
passion project, and it was, I'm kind of glad it was a challenge, not because I didn't have like a Kickstarter campaign. The whole entire
Yeah,
budget, even though there's a lot of animation, I'd say fairly good special effects compared to the videos I was doing beforehand.
yeah.
That movie had just under a $500 out of pocket budget.
Hmm.
500, and it was crazy how, because some of the actors who I worked with, primarily the one actor who played Colonel Shepard, the army leader who would team up with us at the end of the movie. I worked with him on a project that was for a film, a lighting assignment class. It was a short film that I helped as a PA and like an actor in the background. But I met him and some other actors. I just didn't realize how like actors, the community in Philadelphia, mind you, not somewhere like Atlanta, LA, people are willing to do this stuff for free sometimes just so they can
Yeah.
get something like that. That's incredible, which I had no idea. I mean, again, what we were doing for the assignment class was a film assignment, like a student film, and at that point I had already written Android Showdown, and so yeah, and just learning that was kind of like, okay, so I can probably find some actors who'd be interested, and yeah, so we got shooting, and I think it started in late June, and I think it was the first scene we shot was the basically the opening scene, which was with those two police officers at the crime scene of a mechanical droid that caused a chemical gas leak, and it kind of just went on from there. And I was honored to was honored to work with them on that. But I do have I do have I'm happy to announce I do have a second movie written. It's finished. It's written. Only thing is the budget will need to be, it's in the thousands, like under 5,000, which I know you could raise with a Kickstarter campaign, but where I am now, haven't done a big project like that before, and like I'm always the kind of guy who tends to push to do projects that are impossible, not the normal kind of $3,000 budget drama with like a handful of actors, but this is something I'm trying to make Avengers Endgame or Transformers Dark of the Moon style. The city is destroyed. We have superheroes coming in. And like to do that with such a low budget, it's I think I like to do the impossible, but it's definitely, there's a lot of things I gotta do first for sure. But I would love to share something about it, but it's still like obviously pre-development for sure.
Guess you heard it from here first. I feel so honored. What? This is
Yeah,
I think
couldn't
this is
think
a
of a better
Will
place
Russell
to,
Foley exclusive.
yeah, I couldn't think of a better place to bring that up.
Hey, I mean, listen, that warms my heart. I appreciate. No, but that no, literally though, like you talked about your influence just now. Like I could tell you right now, like with the films that you're trying wanting to make, like I could tell there's like a Michael Bay somewhere because we all know Michael Bay. We all know Michael Bay somewhere. What else, man? Like I think like Sam Raimi a little bit on there, had a little bit tender on it too. Like those action flicks like that, how do you kind of like carry those like references really to kind of like to the work that you're doing?
There's definitely, I mean, a lot of inspiration you can see from like, especially with Android Showdown, a lot, Transformers, Terminator, kind of
Yeah. Oh
almost,
yes, I forgot about that one
like
too.
definitely inspired by that, and especially with Sam Raimi, it is kind of sad to admit that I only got into the Spider-Man movies, Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies, just like 2 years ago. Like I've seen the
2 years ago?
I
Stop
know.
it.
I mean, here I've seen the first one.
William.
I know.
William, you
I
need
missed out
to
on a childhood. I get it, but I love it. I love the trilogy. It's fantastic. Even the third one, which people generally shit on. I mean, I know it's kind of gotten more respected over the years.
it's a little 50-50, but
Even though Venom was kind of like, his appearance in Spider-Man 3 was more of a cameo, I really like the horror design they put into it. It was even meant to be even more scary behind the scenes, I heard. Like if you look it up, Venom's original death was supposed to be scary. I mean it makes sense because Sam Raimi is a horror director. He knows how to make things, and he made Venom look like a real demon. And that's the thing with the new Android movie that I want to make. The title, for time being, Android Warfare. There's a I'm having an army. I have an army of new.
more like Android Modern Warfare. Thank you very much. But I mean, I don't know. It kind of has a little
The,
ring.
the name hasn't been finalized, so I'm open to anything. Android Endgame. No, I'm just kidding. No, not Endgame.
No, not you taking Avengers for some reason.
I do have various characters who were definitely inspired by like a lot of villains I've grown up seeing and stuff.
Yeah.
There's one character specifically, I don't want to give him away, but definitely want to have him give like the scary, this is an action film, sci-fi film, but there's got to be a demon-like character, and that's what I'm looking forward to expand is the characters, the personality, because there's only one protagonist and really one primary antagonist with a few like, assistant bad guy robots. Android warfare is it's going to be a step up, and whenever I could
step up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Step up, I guess. Yeah, it's kind of a weird.
Hello. Hey, Michael Bay, you better watch out. William is going to take your job.
If anything, I would love to have him as a producer.
Imagine though, you would have been just set for life.
All the real explosions. All the
real explosions.
We can for real.
And the camera angles, don't forget that, like with Transformers.
Yeah. That would be an honor.
It would be an honor, yeah.
I might write them. Yeah, especially now that I'm going back to LA. Who knows? But yeah, so definitely a lot of projects in the future. I even wrote a short film, only 5-minute short film, but it's a Transformers fan film. And it's actually kind of like a thing. It starts out as this other short film that I made a couple years ago. Mario Kart Wii VR is insane. This guy, you may have seen it. He puts on the VR headset. That's me. I play a character. He puts on the VR headset, and I'm in the world of Mario Kart Wii at Luigi's Circuit. And I'm like, it's like a real life version of Mario Kart, driving, getting hit by characters. And so I wanted the film, the Transformers fan film, to start out like that. I have a VR headset. I put it on. I'm in this open field, which, probably filming like Death Valley, somewhere like that looks like a desert in Southern California would be a perfect location. I'm there and I'm on a mission. I'm on like a video game, kind of like, I have these instructions to find the Iron Heart. It's yet another fragment, artifact for, these several same Transformers movies. But Optimus Prime is there, and it turns into a full-on battle. So that I would really like to do. It's not like I can do it here in the snow. I mean, I could, but it would not be fun for sure. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of film project ideas, but it's like got to be in the right place at the right time,
The right place in the right time. Yeah.
Exactly.
It really all depends. You're gonna be in LA like in the summertime, like hopefully before then. But like I mean, what better way to even do it? I think when in the city of angels, I think so. I think
exactly. Like imagine like all the people who are willing to like work. I'm at the point where like I'm willing to use Kickstarter. I'm gonna start a Patreon soon. Once I get uploading more to YouTube again. So, I would definitely would like to have, be able to pay a little bit or do something in return for people who help with these projects. But like, what I was able to find in Philadelphia, I can imagine there'll be a lot of people looking for entry style roles for film projects that I would be very happy to work with. Anything.
Yeah.
So it's a whole universe out there for sure.
It's a whole universe out there. Yeah. I think there's also like there's also another like publication thing I've also found too. It's called Substack. I don't know if you ever heard of Substack. Like it has like this paywall thing. So like I'm kind of like saying about publication. This has been like I think a year in the making, I believe, since I kind of like restructured my whole podcast a little bit because I had to go through like the creative direction and all that. But like I think Substack is one of those like good ones where you kind of like like have a good paywall and like you could like put all your stuff on there. Like and it's not like your actual news archive. Like you can put anything on there, to be quite frank. So it's like it's been like it's like it's easy. Like it's just like you set it up on the computer and stuff like that. But like same with Patreon too. But like but for the Patreon, right? Like, that can like entail, especially like with the work that you're doing.
Yeah, it's over the years I've been recommended by some people to start a Patreon, but like I always kind of looked at it as a way. I don't like asking for money. That's kind of how I viewed it at first. But I've come to learn, especially the more professional projects I've done with like people from school, and it's a lot of work and. and with the Kickstarter campaign as well, there's people who are willing to contribute. And with Patreon, there's a lot of stuff you can give in return: bonus content, early access to short films, trailers, anything you can do as a filmmaker. So it's something I'm definitely willing to do. I feel like right now would not be a good time, because as much as I'm uploading shorts to TikTok, to YouTube, TikTok has been a primary focus, mainly because I've been doing a lot more sponsorship videos and I've been able to get paid by a few of them. I haven't uploaded a full feature length YouTube video in 7 months. I know, sad.
7 months.
I know.
Wow.
It's just really hard to,
It's hard trying to like keep consistent with like content, because like that's what everyone's going through right now, though.
right.
Like especially like with like
Of
people
course,
who
like
are maintaining like work-life balance and stuff.
the short
Yeah.
TikTok videos are really easy to, kind of complete within like a few days, but just a full feature length is a lot of crazy work for sure.
Yeah, no, for sure. But I honestly have like no doubts, especially like if you want to like it could be honestly anything really, because like if you want to like break it down into like series type of ways, because I know a lot of people do that nowadays, like with like vertical and stuff like that. Like people watch vertical like content like a lot nowadays.
And I like
Like,
doing vertical.
Yeah,
but I always
no, for sure.
Especially because vertical content doesn't pay like jack shit, especially on TikTok. YouTube is very low rate compared to if you do a regular full, I call it feature length wide video that gets a million hits equals $1,000 or $2. So but like there's a much lower pay rate for the shorts rather than the videos. So and I'm not saying like creation is all about the money for me, but like to be able to like expand on both, like it's challenging, but not impossible for sure.
I feel it's really about the creativity, like making it like with the people that you care about. I think that's kind of like the most important at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Like as long as the product's good, or like it's high quality, and like like absolutely, and like same goes with like funding stuff too. Like I know, I just had an interview like shot the other week. My friend was talking about like how producers like even go through kind of like how to self fund without even with the ultra low budget and stuff like that. It's sometimes the process is not easy. We're just trying to kind of like literally get by with it. You know what I mean? To make the best product there is. I mean, same goes with like social media stuff as well. Like I know there's kind of like a virality behind it though, because like I'm sure you've gone through a lot with it, especially like with the TikTok stuff that you're doing. And you've worn many hats too. Like you mentioned, like you're an animator, VFX, actor, editor, writer, director. It's the same sense as me, but like except for the animation, that like you've been doing a whole lot. And I gotta tell you, on this show, I absolutely commend you, really like getting yourself out there, because this is not an easy feat. Literally, especially like with your line of work of like with your videos and stuff like that. So like I gotta commend you on that. Like the moment I saw your content and stuff like that, like it's been about 6 years now. You're really staying consistent with it. I know it's a lot tough right now this year, but like, hey, like you've done a whole lot with it, and I'm just like, wow. Like from filmmaker to filmmaker, I'm sure you're on the right track. You just keep going with it.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yeah, I would say, because it has been nearly 6 years since I started the TikTok stuff. With like creating on YouTube, TikTok, there's been ups and downs that, I, say to anybody who's looking to start doing this kind of stuff, go for it. There's going to be challenges on the way. And I've
for sure
faced plenty, and I know there's going to be plenty more in the future.
Yeah.
Before I was doing TikTok videos, like, 2019, right before 2020, I had heard of TikTok, and I was like, it sounds like an odd name for a social media. I had no idea it was like a whole other version of Vine, like something.
Who does not remember Vine? I know Vine since like my freshman year of high school. Please, shout out Vine. Shout out Vine for this.
People say like a lot of the SpongeBob memes and stuff would have exploded on Vine, which I'm not going to doubt that. But like I was in middle school when Vine was like at its peak, and I did not know how to do it.
It has been at its peak. I mean, we're talking about what's his name? Like King Batch, Austin Jeter, Christian, like Del Fracasso or something like that. Like
Zach King is like one of my many inspirations. With like
especially
like Yeah, absolutely. Like, do especially with the short format, quick, eye-catching, magic VFX kind of stuff. Zach King is definitely one of my inspirations. I can't say I'm nearly as good as him, but like, I say I've definitely learned from him, and definitely one of the guys who inspired me for sure.
If you could tell Zach King, well, if Zach King sees your stuff, like, what would he kind of say to you? I think because I'm sure he'll be impressed.
I I think as a a editor to another, I think maybe he might
Yeah.
have good things to say. Maybe you don't want to 1,000% assume. I always get he's always seems like the nice guy, and he's definitely worked and shown support to other up and rising people who are trying to get into the film industry. I remember
Yeah.
him like when he won $1 million from a Mr. Beast contest. He
Oh,
gave.
we don't talk about Mr. Beast in this show.
Oh, sorry, didn't mean to say it.
No,
Uh,
no, 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 no. I was only kidding, but like, but, Mr. Beast is has very questionable creator. But anyways, I
yeah,
digress that statement.
but Zach King did give a lot of money to these film students for tuition, and he's definitely one. He's definitely one who loves inspiring people who want to do the same stuff as him.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it would definitely be an honor to meet him and maybe show him some of the stuff I do. Maybe he'll give me suggestions of what I can do more of, and to grow for sure. I mean, if there's anybody, it's got to be him. It's
Wow.
something I would love to learn more from. Him, other film directors and stuff like that. I mean, there's always something helpful when you meet these people, and maybe try to get their opinion on what you do. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
and like as I said, it's like really a lot of it's inspired with like the quick magic, with the something that catches the eye within the first 3 seconds. But going back to when I was talking about like before Vine, like that's how I saw TikTok at first when it was popular. I knew nothing about it. I was making YouTube videos on my old YouTube channel, which had 3,000 subscribers at its peak. It was growing. Then it got terminated. Yeah,
What?
don't worry, it
What?
wasn't my
Copyright?
fault.
Wait, what? Copyright violation or like?
So it's kind of weird. Under the same Google account, I had another YouTube channel that was kind of it was basically just ran by another person, friend of mine. It was a action movie clips HD channel. It basically put movie clip previews, cool action. Basically it's kind of like a movie clips channel. Every video would have the copyright code under fair use kind of message. And so as far as we knew, it was fair use, and obviously we wasn't making money or anything. But then it was Rambo Last Blood, it was the recent Rambo movie. There was a couple of clips, scenes that were uploaded, and they got a lot of attention. I mean, it was a good movie in my opinion. But a company, which I don't even, it seems like an AI thing, because of course I tried reaching out to them. They copyright strike took down 6 videos, and YouTube has a rule: if you have 3 that are taken down, you're terminated. So I was like,
Oh,
that sucks. I heard the channel was disabled, and then
yeah.
had I known, I would have backed up all my videos on my personal channel, which was not
Yeah,
affiliated
you
with
would
that.
have. You
Well,
would have.
not
Yeah.
affiliated with that in any shape or form, other than it was under the same Google account. So
Wow. Yeah.
yeah, with it, one day I was working and I got an email that I was gone. The thing is, like, take the channel because I can always regrow, and I did. But there was a lot of videos, some that were kind of cheesy and like I've done better recreations, but there were some that like would have been cool to have on the portfolio. So that sucked.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and what didn't help was that this was during like the really beginning, like when the pandemic was officially declared. So you can imagine nobody was working at YouTube or this ID company, whatever, that did this termination.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
And so, yeah, I mean, and then I decided to download TikTok one day, feeling, as you can imagine, I was feeling down and like clueless of what I was going to do.
Listen. I was too. Are you kidding me? Like when my school got shut down and I had to go home.
Yeah.
At the time, like, it was spring break. It was like, what are we even doing? Like, I don't want to be at home all the time.
Around that time in 2020 was wild. I didn't know how to take it because aside from the COVID pandemic happening, I was the class of 2020, so I didn't get a proper graduation, and I had also lost 2 family members less than a month apart prior to that.
Oh my
2020
God, yeah.
was rough, but there was good things that came out of it though. I got accepted into Temple University. But then, yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
downloaded TikTok one day and I thought it was kind of, obviously I just opened it, don't follow anybody. So I see random stuff. And then I started seeing SpongeBob memes because SpongeBob memes are just, there's a lot of hilarious ones. And like,
Are you kidding? SpongeBob is iconic. It's
yeah. And
iconic.
this was like 2 years after Steven Hillenburg passed away. And I feel like a lot of people to honor him. That's what
Rest in peace. Rest in peace, Steven, of course. Rest in peace, Steven. I love Steven.
my inspiration for sure. So I
Yes.
seen, and I've done like these kind of in the past rotoscoping, which is a way to like you get a video of a character or something, and you like use like a highlight brush, and you can get them out of the video and put them in yours. I've done it for like random ass projects for the old YouTube channel, but then I thought like, what if I just put SpongeBob in, like almost recreate like a scene, but I take it a step further. Where so that's why I did. I first did a video where SpongeBob and Patrick in that one episode, the snowball effect, they're throwing
Oh my
snowballs.
God, I think I know what you're talking about.
Camera whips and it hits me in the face like beep, like the sensor beep.
Yeah.
So yeah, that got tens of thousands of views and reactions from people. So I got a little lucky there. So I did another one. I did remember the chocolate episode where they're going door to door.
Stop. How can I not know that episode? That episode is just it's the most funniest shit to this day in SpongeBob history and the internet's history. Like, come on, how can nobody remember the chocolate episode? Can I introduce some chocolates?
So I open the door. Patrick's eyes are woo, the little thing where I'm like, what are you doing? Focusing. And then I slammed the door on his eyes, and he's like, nice place you got here. That blew. I mean, I'm not saying millions. This is for a channel which, I had just started, so I maybe had like 10 followers, mainly friends of mine. So that went through the roof. So I had a thing going for SpongeBob memes. Of course, I tried doing other stuff, VFX of other topics, like comedic VFX. Again, more inspired by Zach King. I even tried getting into, people found what I did to be hilarious. Some people were looking up to me as almost a comedian. And you know how comedians nowadays really poke fun at politics, on the Tonight Show and stuff. So I tried doing a little bit of that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it was as successful. Some got views for the right and wrong reasons. So, of course, the angry people were like, get out of your mom's basement and watch, stop watching SpongeBob. So that didn't help. But then I had real people who were like, dude, I really love this stuff. Can you do more of that? And I know I could do what I want for my own platform, but like,
it's true. You can do what you want with your channel. Like, what are people talking about? Like,
what's going to perform better?
Some people are behind the phones and the keyboard, so it's like,
keyboard
please,
warriors.
You don't get keyboard warriors, exactly, because they don't get to speak, especially today. They don't get to speak.
Yeah. And the thing that I've never been. The thing that I've been through like keyboard warriors on my old YouTube channel that I don't have anymore. Because some of the stuff I did was a little bit cheesy, and so you have your fair share of haters. So like that's nothing to like stop me or slow me down.
But like, is that something you gotten like used to like with the haters or something? Because like,
there's nothing
that's a bit common. No.
Yeah, I get I got haters, and I just knew to just keep doing what I'm doing because there's clearly more that were appreciative of what I've done.
You seem you're doing it right.
Yeah, SpongeBob memes kept on going, and so by the end of 2020, I had around 2,000 followers. So that was a big deal because my old YouTube channel, which I had lost 6 months prior, had around more like 8 months prior, had 3,000 subscribers, and I was just about to reach there on TikTok. It felt like a turnaround. I of course made a new YouTube account, which I had linked to my TikTok account, so people could go through there. So that got like a couple hundred subscribers too. And I've recreated some old short films, including one was Marty the Robot Goes Berserk, which was the film assignment project. That video did pretty well. I'm talking thousands for a small channel with only dozens to 100 subscribers at the time.
Yeah.
So things were looking up for again, still during the pandemic, people were going through a lot of shit. So I continued doing the SpongeBob memes throughout early 2021, and April of 2021 is when I'd say the biggest peak when it comes to views, engagement, and likes. April, even though this was a year after April of 2020, which was the worst time for everybody. April of 2021, I had lost my dog Gracie. It was upsetting loss, but I kept doing what I was doing. A week after she passed away, still hurting, but I did one video as a joke that I didn't really think was going to get as much attention as the other SpongeBob memes. I saw an episode where Patrick was saying the Squidward, because Squidward's opening the shower curtain and Patrick is saying, "Hey buddy, I warmed up the shower for you." And so I did that. It starts with a video of me going to the store. Nothing I need more than a nice hot shower. And there he is. It's like, "Hey buddy, I warmed up the shower for you." I'm like, "What the?" And then window breaks. He's falling out the window, and SpongeBob is down there. "Are you okay, Patrick?" That's a terrible impression. But overnight, that video got 50 to 70,000 views overnight. We're talking overnight. Next day to somewhere not 100 to 200,000, and it now has 150,000 likes, which I consider the likes to be more of what makes it, I guess, popular than the views. So 150 likes. Yeah, probably, yeah. 150,000 likes, yeah. And one of the other things was the comments. Everybody getting a nostalgic vibe out of it. LOL, this is awesome. Yeah. I would spend extra time, I think, than some other creators just to go through and see how people appreciate, and reply to some of them. I mean, this was just a time where people could really come together, especially when we were all at home doing nothing. So yeah, that video, and at that point, before I uploaded that video, I had maybe about 6,000 followers. The week after that video, I guess, blew up, I had 10,000 followers. I made it to 5 figures. Yeah, 5 figures.
5 figures.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It went on quickly from there. That summer, which reached 20,000 followers, because I kept doing that stuff along other stuff, Family Guy related content, with the same cartoon, bring them into real life. So there was a community of people who really found that stuff funny. So that went on for a long time. I was averaging tens of thousands of views. But as I said, you have ups and downs when you're doing stuff like this. So around late 2022, early 2023, I noticed views had started to go down. And, and that happens. Sometimes you do the same projects. It gets a little burnt out. You got to try something new. But, I do. I'm experimenting stuff that works, stuff that don't. At that point, I'm doing the fight videos where people are saying, "Peter Griffin," and I'll animate him to kick me in the face. And so those were doing fairly well still. But as time went on to June of 2023, and views were going down. And so I did one video that I never intended to do again. It was a sequel to another video. It was when I fought the chicken from Family Guy. You may remember the
God, yep, I know that. I know what you're talking about.
That video I first did in early 2022. Now it got tens of thousands of views, definitely maybe at least 10,000 likes, and everybody liked it. People loved it, and I commented on there saying, "If this video can get 100,000 likes, I'll do a part 2." And people replied saying, "You deserve it, brother," but it didn't get 100,000. But I was still proud of it. Yeah. Fast forward to
be proud of your work, of course. Of course. It's your stuff, of course.
That took several days to make, but yeah. Fast forward to June of 2023. I'm like, I got to get back in the game. There's something I got to do. I guess I'm gonna do it, part 2, and that again took days to do, but I was really proud of it. I thought it was better than the first chicken fight, but that video got under 2,000 views, which for me at the time, not really much.
Yeah.
And yeah, again, there still some stuff that did, got in the tens of thousands, but yeah, I would say I wasn't averaging as much as I was a year and a half before. So, there's definitely a lot to experiment with. It's a crappy feeling, which everybody is going to experience, whether you're doing creation on social media or just in the film business. There's some project that you put a lot of energy and work into, only for it to flop. Yeah. You got to expect that. Stuff that you think are good and others think are good, but they're just going to flop sometimes. Yeah. That's the harsh reality of not only social media, but film. A lot of good movies flop. So that's a harsh reality.
And that's true too, because like I know of a lot of like, you know, like we all go through like this too. It's like we fail most of the time, especially like the projects that we wanted to make. I mean, I know for me, like I've done a lot of student films, and I'm just like, man, like even sometimes I'd like film by myself, and I thought to myself like, oh my god, like I don't like this. But then when I show it in class, and like people loved it, you know what I mean? It's like it's just like one of those moments. I think like, hey, like you know, like be proud of your work and stuff like that. Especially if shit doesn't work, like we kind of dust ourselves off and just kind of like bounce
Learn
back
from
up, especially kind of learn from it too. Yeah, because it's all about like learning at the end of the day. Like you want to like learn as much as you can like while you're at it. You know, especially like this year too, because like you know, like I'm starting to kind of like learn how to kind of like elevate like my craft a bit more, and like you know how do I, especially like with now like I know a lot of people have been editing so much nowadays, so it's like it's been a whole lot, but like I've had this editing experience like along with my other hats. Like I've wore that hat for many years now since like I joined like a podcast club in high school. Like I mean, still to this day, I know it's like not an easy one to fill, but I still keep going and try to be like, hey, like what can I learn out of this, and how can I be better at this? And it's just you know like you said, just like you keep at it, and you and kind of try to be good at it. You know what I mean? I think from our point of view is like we're trying to kind of like actually like make our projects better. How else can we not? You know, I mean, with your short like coming soon, like you have to kind of think of like, okay, like what are the ways I can kind of like how can I make the scale bigger? It's those questions you have to like ask yourself, especially as a creative, like, okay, how can I be able to do this? So it's like, it's just those things in mind,
Yeah.
to be honest.
And I
Yeah.
would say, pretend that we didn't even talk about this before the podcast. There's definitely I've learned about
Yeah.
social media when I worked as a social media content creator for a company. I worked as a social media content creator for a online video game store that has a huge presence on social media, and you know, it was definitely related to my field. I got I'd say a good experience out of it. Working with the team that I had. Like for one instance, there's plenty of 2000s kids who like to watch. So we did. I always tried to continue doing what they do, but to make the stakes higher, turn into a funny skit. Kind of what I do for my stuff. So
Yeah, very similar.
one of the things was somebody commented as a joke, "Do you have the game sphere?" And so they're talking about the game sphere from Drake and Josh. It's spherical.
How can we not know Drake and Josh? I love Drake and Josh. It's a
So
great
I
show.
wrote it down. I directed it. I had Joey. He was in on it. Joey, the main guy from all the social media videos. He's going around. He starts out as like any other Q&A video. Do we have the game sphere? Let me go check. And then same POV from any other Q&A. He's hovering over the GameCube section. Let's look at the GameCube section because it awfully sounds like the GameCube. Awfully sounds familiar to the GameCube. And then we switch cameras to like different point of view that's just looks like almost behind the scenes because you see him holding the phone, but he's saying his same stuff. No, I don't think I see it, but I doubt people know what the game sphere is anyway. Then we have Jock literally rotoscoped into the scene. He's like, but like he's like, I don't think people know what the game sphere is anyway. Only the most spherical. Like I have I instruct Joe to be like, give like a W, like to pretend you're like, what the heck is this?
Wait, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
You know?
So he's kind of like in that
What?
video. I mean, we're not talking like millions, but hundreds of thousands of engagement, all platforms. People,
Okay. Okay.
this was a nostalgia comedic kind of almost still kind of the same format as a Q&A, but a skit. So that went
Yeah.
well, and so I've done
Okay.
a couple other stuff like that. There were some, suggestions, criticisms that, as a team we would all do. Like me and the boss decided like focus more on the products and maybe not too much about the references when we're editing in characters because as they are technically copyrighted characters, we don't want to cause any, potential legal conflicts. So yeah, and then so we go on doing that. But then eventually the boss, won't say his name, was talking behind my back to fellow coworkers on the same level as me, saying,
Hell no.
he's saying,
No way.
yeah, Will's not that good fit. Like, it's not working out. I think I'm going to fire him Monday. Oh, wait, no, that one video he posted got 1 million hits. Let's wait. I'm going to wait till the following. So one day, yeah,
Wow.
I'm told this, and I'm just, yeah, this is just. And so one day, another coworker, he kind of told me, look, they're going to fire you tomorrow. If you don't want it to happen, you can just quit. So, you know, the commute to work, I felt like wouldn't have been worth it. So yeah, I quit.
Yeah.
And, you
Yeah,
know,
she should, because you cannot let anyone talk down on you like that. I mean, first of all, a boss at a workplace. Let's be real right now. Like, especially at a workplace like this, talking that shit.
yeah,
Do you know how it kind of speaks to it kind of speaks to that character a little bit. It's like, bro, you better watch. Like, yeah, that's awful. That's
yeah,
literally awful. There were I couldn't even find a time where someone would talk behind my back. You know
right.
what I mean? That's
Uh,
crazy.
and it's not like I'm not used to people talking behind my back. I mean, but it's just, you know, when it comes to like, it's not like I'm in high school. I'm at a
Yeah,
workplace.
this isn't high school. Like, what do you think this is?
So
Yeah.
it was only after when I left the job,
Yeah.
I looked through the profile on Indeed where they list their job openings. And then I start to see all these former reviews from former employees who almost had a negative experience with the same person, very unprofessional towards others or behind others' back.
Wow.
And so, yeah,
It looks like you're not the only one.
I'm not the only one. So, yeah, it was unfortunate. Nonetheless, the other people I've worked with, the experience, I'd say was still a positive thing. But you know, you gotta move on and keep progressing with the next team and the next team, and it's why I'll be heading back to LA soon for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. Sometimes stand on business too. Like, come on, man, stand on business. Because I know there are a lot of people that will obviously like doubt your work, and obviously with your boss, like he made a big mistake. Just letting you know. So it's like stuff like that. Like you have to stand on business. Like this is me. This is my work. If you don't like it, like if you don't like it,
Just tell
take it
me.
or leave it.
Let's
Just
talk
tell me. Yeah, to talk about, be communicative. Don't be fire me on the spot just like that, and then talk about our workers. But like, why would someone even do it like that?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Some people can be just like,
What's crazy ironic is because I still see their videos pop up on my For You page every now and then because I watch a lot of
really,
you know, they always have new people working the social media department, which
yeah.
it's fine. But this one video that kind of, I wouldn't say pissed me off. This one video that they did like describe the whole entire thing between me and the boss. Like, it's like the definition. It's like the definition of hypocrisy. They do a
That is
video.
order.
Joey is getting a Mario Galaxy 2. And it's like, you got
Right
Mario
here.
Galaxy 2 with Yoshi, which reminds me, let's move to the next area with Yoshi. And they do an animation of him riding Yoshi, like Mario World style or like Mario Galaxy style. He's riding Yoshi to the next aisle. Like, I'm sorry, isn't this the reason why you guys got rid of me? It's because you didn't want all of these. So the irony behind that,
The irony, yeah.
which between you and me, I think I could have made the Yoshi sequence more realistic.
Oh yeah, you could have done so much better, honestly. To be
And
quite
listen,
frank.
the guy who edited it, the one who wasn't there when I was there, not his fault. He has no idea. I mean, it's not his fault. It's like it's just irony at its finest.
Honestly, you would have made, like I said, like you said, you would have made so much a better video than whatever they had to come up with. That's crazy.
And I mean, I don't mean any disrespect towards because the whole thing is clever having Yoshi in the video. But for them to say we can't do this, and then they do it when I leave. Come on.
Yeah, and they have like a Mario Galaxy reference on there.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, shout out Mario Galaxy. By the way,
Oh man.
I played the second one.
Yeah.
When I was
I had it displayed up here until I got I have like the Switch 2 games. Like this is like a cardboard Nintendo shelf that I got from Target when I was working there.
Yeah.
I remember it was on the floor during like the holiday season, and I remember asking my my team leader because I saw the shelf empty right by the cardboard baler. It's like I saved its life. I
saved its life.
I saved the Nintendo shelf's life. I said to my leaders, like, you think that thing's up for grabs? Like cracking that as a joke. And then she's like, yeah, I don't care, go for it. I'm like, all right.
You're just like, okay, yeah, take it.
All right. Well, that being the case, I'm gonna go on my lunch break, and so I park my car around the back of the store because I feel like it would be weird going out the front of the store carrying this. Like, imagine all the customers like, what the hell's he doing? So I spent my entire 30-minute unpaid lunch break disassembling the cardboard shelf. This thing is huge. I couldn't fit it in the back of my SUV. I had to disassemble it, but as you can see, it survived the trip. holds a lot of cool stuff, and I'm happy to have it. And I'm gonna miss it when
Dude,
I'm in LA in a tiny apartment until I can get my own house.
brother, one day when you have that house, maybe a mansion in it exact, and you put that whole collection on there, tell me and I'll come visit.
Absolutely. I think
That yes.
I think I might be able to compete with Eddie Murphy. I just watched his documentary recently. He has a game room too in his mansion.
Yes, yes,
I'm
yes.
like, all
Yeah.
right, I'm ready to compete. Who has the cooler game room 10, 20 years from now, 50 years from now? I don't know how long it'll take for me to get the damn house. One that has
Yeah.
enough space for a game room. But
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, shout out Eddie. That's like my top 4 comedians. He's my number one.
oh yeah,
And
he's
then
hilarious.
number 2 is Chris Tucker, obviously, and then 3 Conan O'Brien and Stephen Colbert.
Yeah,
Then Cam
Conan
Perrin and
O'Brien is like one of those. I wish he was still in the air with the Tonight Show because like he, I mean, I think all the Tonight Show hosts today are cool. Like Jimmy Kimmel and Conan O'Brien are like my favorite. They're just the funniest in my opinion. Jimmy Fallon,
Conan's great. Conan's always great.
yeah, he's hilarious, sarcastic
He's
kind of guy.
hilarious.
So
Yeah.
I'm
No,
glad
for
he's still
sure.
doing his podcast on YouTube and stuff. Of course, Jimmy
Yeah,
Kimmel
just keeping it
has a
low
lot of
key.
funny things to say too, especially regarding the politics. Always have something funny to roast at, the bad people in politics.
But yeah, no, Jimmy Kimmel keep carrying, bro. Like
Yeah.
I don't know, because in case if anybody doesn't know about this, right? A couple months ago, he got suspended for something about we cannot talk about here, but they made a very big mistake, FCC, and people weren't having it because you know how corporations are, Disney, and we're looking at you. But yeah, no, like he got back on air, thank goodness, and then he
His show's
continues
more
doing what he's
popular than
doing.
ever now.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah,
All they did was make him more
after
famous.
all that,
This was like maybe a blessing in disguise almost. It's like,
I think
thank you.
so. I think
His-
so.
His show is through the roof now.
Exactly. As soon as he came back, it just garnered like hundreds and millions of like viewership after. Basically, y'all, it shouldn't be suspended to begin with. Let's be real right now. It shouldn't be suspended to begin with. Like, you mess with the wrong one. Okay, I'm not saying Jimmy Kimmel is perfect, but again, with late night hosting and all that stuff, everybody has free speech. Free speech is like literally on the First Amendment. You can't take that away.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
That's
learn in the
what's stake. That's what's at stake here. Unfortunately, especially with the new owners of TikTok in the United States. Won't go any further than that, but now a wing, like Democrat content creators, influencers. I guess they gotta be careful with what they say because they might trigger the wrong CEO who's super MAGA or whatever. It's just whole. It's just looking forward to the future when this is all in the past.
I just hope it's over, to be honest with you, because like I feel. This has been really talked about, especially on this show, like in entertainment or even any other entity that we all have in life. Like everything about this is political. You know what I'm saying? Like
it's almost clearly impossible to not be political. Anything can be political, and it's just you gotta get through it almost.
Exactly. No, it's like we're all living in this nightmare. You know what I mean? Especially like we're 26 days in, hence 2026, of course. But it's been hard. It's been really hard.
Yeah,
it's been so hard for so many people, for even like everyday people, like just especially like the people up north, especially up in that state that we've been seeing a whole lot of craziness, especially like since like 6 years ago. Like,
it's rough.
Yeah.
What I do appreciate, going back to like the Tonight Show hosts, what I love is that they speak, they're speaking out against this bad leadership, and at the same time they always have light to bring to it. I feel like sometimes when it's right, at the right time, comedy, laughter can get you through some hard stuff. Sometimes
it does. It really does. It truly does.
I think of like people like Pete Davidson. His whole childhood was rough when he lost his father on 9/11. His dad was a firefighter.
Wow.
A great way to cope with all this grief and craziness is through laughter, through comedy, being able to make others happy, which makes him happy. And I think that's like one of the most key things with getting through hard times for sure. Have a little laughter there too. Have a little comedy.
Sometimes you gotta have a little bit of positivity in there too. I mean, same with Stephen Colbert, right? I mean, with the Late Show and stuff like that. As much as like he unfortunately got canceled. Yeah, me and my sister and I went to like a live show taping. I think like a couple of years. It was fun. It was fun. Well, like
my mom and my brother.
I'm so sad. I'm so sad to see it go.
Yeah,
I'm sad to see it go. But it did get its last laugh by winning an Emmy for outstanding talk show, though. But
yeah, and I'm sure maybe somebody will try to bring back his show on a different platform. Hopefully.
Because it's not over until it's over. So
yeah, ain't nothing over till it's over. Rocky Balboa, circa 2006.
For a second, I thought you were gonna say 1976. That's where the first one got like. That's when the first one was in theaters. Yeah,
2006 when he was like 60 years old and got back into the ring. That was like his quote among like the inspirational speech to his son. Yeah. It's like he's just telling like the young Jake Paul like fighter that nobody likes. He's like, nothing over till it's over. And he's like, what's that from? The 80s? No, probably the 70s. My dad was cracking up at that joke.
Yeah, man.
I would say there's definitely a lot of fictional movie characters like Rocky and just really Stallone himself that, really inspires me to try to do everything, including the acting, the writing. If he can do it, we've seen him.
Anybody else can do it too.
Direct a lot of the Rockies. So anything is possible. You put your mind to it.
Yeah, that's what I'd be saying, Will. See, well, this is what I love about you and about like our friendship, because like we do a bit of everything and we just support each other. You know what I'm saying? Like that, and that's just the beauty part of it, really. Like we all come together. Like we're like literal human beings just trying to get through some shit. But we will though. We will come out in the end, because there will be honestly, to be quite frank with you, outside of film and TV, like there will be a time that things will, I wouldn't say back to normalcy, but at the same time, like hopefully we can kind of
get through the tough times. I mean, there'll be plenty of other tough times ahead of it, but it's all about how we can handle and get through certain ones.
For a certain amount of time, yeah. Definitely.
But going back to like, with doing about a bit of everything for film projects, what seems unrealistic. Anytime says it's unrealistic, that's my encouragement to make it work. You can't do that. It's impossible. That's all you need for encouragement. That's my opinion.
And that's the best type of encouragement anybody can have. No matter if you're starting out, no matter if you had experience like about a year, 2, 3, 4, it's the encouragement that always counts. So it's all about what are you willing to do? How yeah, I was about to say, yeah. What are you gonna do to get it?
Yeah, just gonna have to try, and that's why always writing down. You got ideas, always write them down. That's my advice.
Yes.
Plenty. Just hopefully I don't get hacked and others see and steal the idea and do it first. But you always gotta write it down.
Hey, protect your work. Protect your work too. IPs. This is no joke. Protect the IPs too. Like go to like a copyright website or something and actually put a little protection on it. That's what I would do, because like I know a lot of us up and coming filmmakers like been want to like protect the integrity of our work. Because we want to be able to own it. I would say. But what I was gonna try going to my last question though, but like earlier you were talking about like your gaming collection, of course, but like as many people don't know, like you're an avid gamer, like same with me too. Like I mean, I don't know if people are ever gonna see it like in a video or audio format, but like I recently got like a Switch 2 for Christmas. So I mean, like this is like my way of Return of the King type shit, because like I've been in Nintendo for many years, and I think it's been since the DS when I was a kid, so and the Wii too. So like it's been an absolute minute. But yeah, no, like like you have your whole collection, like you mentioned. But yeah, no, like yeah, you threw. Yeah, so like basically, I mean, this is what I mean. We were talking before even recording too. Like you collected, or basically you've been doing this collection for like years now, from like
Yeah,
garage sales to like things that are passed down from generation to generation.
exactly.
Man, it's the same type of collection where it's just like, listen, this is like literally rare. You can't even get it anywhere else. Would I'll definitely give you the chance to like, share kind of like your passion about that. I'm like, because you're a gamer yourself, and you have your references, and yeah, no, would love to give you
Yeah,
the floor.
yeah. I mean, there's something like so nice and special about it. So just to be able to have like a bunch and like be able to look at it's something. It's like a whole other passion of its own besides just playing games. It's having the collection and like the environment it creates with everything you got, and it's a slow progress unless you just dump a bunch of money on it, which I wouldn't recommend. Take your time, build your collection. You'd be surprised how fast time flies, and
They all go fast.
yeah, the sooner time goes fast, and the sooner your collection will grow if you're going slowly every year. Fortunately, it is a little bit tricky to find some of the stuff, let's say at garage sales, flea markets, because more and more people are into the collecting game. I'm kind of glad I got into it when I did. It was in 2014 when I was like, I want to collect all this stuff. Yep.
Wow.
I just
Oh,
got
see, I appreciate
yeah,
I gotta commend you on that actually, because
yeah,
2014 was a time. It was a different time then.
it was. Yeah, so I got a low battery alert on my computer. But before I do want to show one of my prized possessions. Hold on a second.
We'll get our charger. Fuck, get our charger.
All right, yeah, I'll get my charger. But here, this was signed by the man himself, Charles Martinet.
Wow, Super Mario 64, signed by the one and only. Hell yeah, dude. Hell
Yes.
yeah. Yes.
I remember there was a convention I used to go to. I haven't been there in a while. I do want to go again. And
Wait, what convention is that?
Too Many Games. It's one of the
Too
biggest,
many games.
one of the
Okay.
biggest and coolest retro gaming conventions in Pennsylvania. So Charles Martinet, he goes there like almost every year. So it was 2021 when I went, and it was the fall of 2021. Pandemic was over, but like still very crowded place, so we still had to wear masks and everything. But
Yeah.
yeah, that year I when I knew he was going to be there, I bought like a box copy of Mario 64, saying I'm just going to have him sign it. This isn't his first game that he did technically, which a lot of people think it is. Like where he voiced
Wait,
Mario.
this is the first actual game he kind of voice acted in, right? Like,
No, it's actually that's what a lot of people think. It's actually there was a I think it was either this pinball game like where like Mario's like what like through the gameplay, or it was like one of those crappy Mario teaches typing games. It was one of those games, but like obviously most people recognize his voice first from here. I mean, this is probably his most popular like starter of a voice.
probably start up
game.
a game. Yeah.
Like yeah, this game overshadows all that. So yeah, it's maybe hard to see. He writes Super Will, you're number one, your pal Mario, Charles Martinet, but in like plastic protective case. So if I had to sell some stuff in the collection, this thing is going nowhere. So I
Of
could
course not. Of course not. You got to put it in a glass case somewhere, because that's like literally like a prized possession right there.
absolutely,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
keep it with a bunch of other box games, but yeah, yeah, it's definitely it's like a whole other hobby of its own. I mean, it's related to gaming, but it's like something so nice about having a lot of the stuff in like little environment. It's just
Yeah.
once you pop, you
It's
can't stop.
once you pop, you can't stop. Yes. And that's what makes it so special.
I wish I had it with me because it stands over there, but I had to get part of it repainted. When I was like doing some body work, it was a Mario statue, like a 4 foot tall Mario statue.
Okay.
It's a 3D printed replica of like this iconic Mario statue that people would have saw at Best Buy in the mid 1990s during the Nintendo 64 era. He's like in a disco pose, like woohoo! Like he's like pointing to the air in a disco pose. You may have seen it in like other collections or whatever. But the real statue is expensive. So like, and I always wanted one since I was a kid. So with the power of 3D printing and the budgets, how it's become a cheaper hobby. I invested a few $100s. It was a lot, but way, way cheaper than buying the actual statue. So
No, you've been doing a whole lot with it, man. No, for real. Like one of my new friends from the filmmaker hangouts, he's also been doing like 3D printing as well. It's like he's doing kind of a bit of like beginner stuff here and there with like dices and everything,
yeah,
like literally like D&D dices.
the next project I want to do is, you know how at Target they have those Mario he's like hanging on a pole, like the end of the Mario level on top of all the Nintendo Switch stuff. Like, people have gotten that in their collection, but at Target, a Nintendo vendor who comes to the store like once a month to like, switch out games on the demo stuff, putting up new signs. I asked her about like, how are people getting this in their collection? Serious attitude was like, those ones that you saw in people's collections were stolen, and Nintendo, we are actively going after people who are selling them on eBay, taking down those listings because they were stolen.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah. So they don't want me to. I mean, obviously they're not for sale. Definitely not for sale. So
Yeah, definitely not for sale. Absolutely not.
why not make your own? I've seen a few people make their own like 3D print replica, but the file, like the 3D print file of Mario on the statue, is not open source as of now. So that's the expensive part, is having to have an artist recreate that iconic statue. Or if I can, convince my friends at Target to, hey, could I borrow a ladder and hover my phone around the statue?
Oh my God.
And not look suspicious at all. Like maybe wait till the store closes. Yeah.
I mean, you never know. So sometimes you gotta get the right angles or something.
Yeah. My friend Quinn actually, and it was September of 2025. He actually let me 3D scan. Get this, his grandmother's Spider-Man statue. Well, actually, his grandfather won the statue. Basically, this was in 2002 when Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, aka the best Spider-Man, in my opinion.
That's what I be saying.
Yeah,
that's what I be saying.
So the first movie came out, and Blockbuster had this promotional event, like this promotional thing at every single Blockbuster store, because there was about 3,000 Blockbuster stores, and each of them had a Spider-Man like in like a web swinging, like pointing its fingers position. It's a life-size statue, and so yeah, exactly. So my friend Quinn, who he was born that year, I think, so obviously wasn't young enough. I wasn't old enough to remember, but his grandfather, the promotional season was done, and Blockbuster gave those statues away. Every single statue was given away.
Wow.
All you had to do was walk up, kind of like when you see a car at the mall, you write your name, your phone number, and if you win, it'll call you. Quinn's grandfather, who I don't even know if he was a fan of Spider-Man. All I know is that he also went to Temple, because I met him once before.
Hey.
But he entered the competition saying, what could happen? He won. So now it's his grandfather passed away like a year or two ago, but his grandmother still has it in their dining room. And it kind of fits in, believe it or not, because the dining room wall is painted red. So you see Spider-Man there. Like
it would also make sense, yeah.
It's almost matching his red. Like it's kind of, I don't know if it was always painted red, like when they first got the statue, but like honestly, I mean, my mom would kill me if I put a statue like that in her dining room. But like, you
gotta give it a bit. You gotta give a bit of a makeover type thing. You know what I mean? In the house, and make it work.
Make it work for Spidey.
Yeah, you gotta make it work for Spidey. Are you kidding me? Like Spider-Man is life. Okay, like that's like my favorite superhero. Period. Like, come on, how can you not like Spider-Man like that?
Exactly. So he let me. So what I'd said. So he let me 3D scan it, which it was kind of awkward having to explain to his grandmother what I was doing, because like we had to move tables, had to like get light above. So I basically hovered my phone like around, and it was, I don't know if you ever heard of 3D scanning. It's like it's exactly what it is. You're scanning with your phone.
Can you like scan it through your phone, like around? Like, you know what I mean? Okay.
Yeah. It's not as easy to do it with like your phone. Like you gotta get like really good, like precise angles if you want the texture to be like legit, because it's easier to just get the scan but also have like blurriness on it because the lighting wasn't accurate. That's why they have real life 3D scanner like devices that are like thousands of dollars each. I have a family member who works for Subaru. I'm like, would they ever let you borrow those 3D scanners? He's like, no. I'm like, oh man, I gotta begin my heist plan. But I didn't need to. I found a good 3D scanning app on the phone. So, but maybe
that's good. Yeah, a little compatible kind of way.
So one day, I'm talking one day when I get my own house. So very long time from now, I'll 3D print a Spider-Man statue next. Maybe for a home theater room, because like I always dreamed of having like a home theater you know, in a
That
house.
will be a day. I would love to have that.
So just imagine having like a big home theater room with a screen and everything. You know, maybe a popcorn machine to the side, and then having Spider-Man there, pointing his web fingers or whatever. It's that would be like the perfect like home theater.
It better be in an IMAX format too. Okay, in that home theater of yours.
Price.
I want it in IMAX 65 or 70 millimeter because we want that like pure cinema. Okay, that's all I'm asking for when I visit.
I heard Seth MacFarlane, who's I mean,
We all know Seth.
I don't think I need to explain who Seth MacFarlane is.
Yeah. No introduction.
I used to look up celebrities' houses, see what they look like, and I remember looking up Seth MacFarlane's mansion, and he has an IMAX theater in his main house.
My gosh,
like that must be so awesome. What he has.
No,
I do. One besides the movies I want to make. There's a cartoon idea that I've had for the last few years. I also want to try to do, and kind of, I want it to be kind of like Simpsons, Family Guy, where it's like it appeals to adults or young teenagers.
Yeah.
It's not going to go into full detail. I don't want to give it away, and for people who are watching this to create it first, unless I file a patent. But that's a thing. Like my professor, who I attended classes to when I was in LA, told me, you want to be based in LA. When you have ideas you want to pitch to companies, you gotta be based. That's one of the things. Like if you have an idea, you should be living close by.
Close by,
or maybe in New York as well. But I've definitely felt my place in LA for sure.
I so wish you would have come to New York because we would have been roommates like this. We would have been it would have been perfect.
Yeah, I like New York. I like going there. But there's something, I hate to say it, there's something that I've become something of New York. I become a little less attracted to every time I visit there. I guess it's because the crowds. I'm not a big crowd guy.
More particularly like Times Square. I get it. Like I try to avoid Times Square for
people who dress up in mascot costumes.
Yeah, that one. I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Give me $30. You got your picture. Now give me $30. It's like.
I was like, no, man, I'm good.
Yeah. But I love the Nintendo store. I wish they had a store like that in LA. They have one in San Francisco.
They have one for San Francisco. Yeah, they recently opened it. I think last year.
Well, they do have they have the Super Nintendo World in LA, I guess, which they have stores there. So I guess that's probably the closest we'll ever get to of a Nintendo store in LA.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I went to Universal Orlando for the first time, and
me too.
It was so much fun. I even got this shirt. I got this shirt.
I should have wore it. I didn't get it, but like my my cousin. I
had to do it for the episode though because I know how much I love Super Nintendo World.
My cousin who works for Subaru, the same person I was talking about, he travels to LA every now and then because sometimes they have car things there. He got me a King Boo shirt from Super Nintendo World as well. I think it glows in the dark too. It's a black T-shirt with the ghost, and it has like the Japanese like like the name written in Japanese on it.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
Well, that's super dope.
No, actually, though, I do remember if you watch my appearance on the Zach and Francesco show, I'm actually wearing that shirt. So
yes,
you can see me wearing that shirt actually. So if you want to see what
I gotta refer that episode on the description below on my episode because that episode was great.
To go back and rewatch it. I mean,
that's definitely a rewatch. Shout out Zach and Francesco. I miss them. I miss them tons. I know Zach's out there in Liverpool right now, living his acting life. Shout out Zach. Liverpool.
Where is that again?
UK.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. He wants to.
He travels everywhere.
He does because like he just finished like acting school, I believe, and now he's doing like voice acting, like voiceover or stuff like that. But yeah, he's doing pretty good. I gotta reach out to him at some point.
You ever seen the YouTuber Darman? Like I don't watch his videos because like the acting is kind of cringe, but like
not that I'm aware of. Yeah.
But yeah, he's nonetheless another big film production company for YouTube. But yeah, when we were living in LA for the semester, he was casted to be in one of the videos. So, and then
really,
it was in like one of those cheesy flashback moments. Nothing with the actors. It's just like some of the actors are not great on the show. Zach had a silent role throwing a baseball pitch to like you know, this kid's dad who was, you know, during his younger days. It was
Yeah,
just,
yeah.
it's just to see that. It's like, it's not like every day you can say, oh yeah, my roommate was in a Darman video.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I know that guy somewhere.
Yeah.
You know,
No,
oh,
in fact,
that's crazy.
I remember when we met at the party, the drinking party, and like, you know, you discovered, oh, it's you, like, you know, who does the TikTok and like kind of like did a bro shake hands or whatever, and then
That is actually crazy. Like that day, I'm like, what? Wait, oh, what? I was like,
that's what it means. To, yeah, and you know, of course,
yeah.
Francesco's in there is like, I share a room with him.
And then wait, what was my reaction? I couldn't remember though when he said that. Like, what did I do? I was like, wait, you're roommates with this guy? I think that's what I said. I don't know,
Probably,
but
yeah.
probably. No, that was such a great day. That was such a good day. I cannot believe that. Yeah, I used to ask every guest on the show what's their favorite movie and show, but I'm gonna switch it to this one. What's real to you, Will? It could be anything, honestly. What's real to you? It could be anything, honestly, like film, TV, anything at all.
I'd say film. I love TV. I think like TV shows are really at its peak right now. The way it felt like movies were in the 70s and 80s when it was all original ideas. I love TV, but I like movies better. There's something about it, especially in the theaters, the experience, the popcorn, the artificial, disgusting butter, and the soda, and just seeing on the big screen. But just, you know, this is why I like a lot of old movies, you know, because they were, you know, original, and you know, I'm not trying to downplay any current movies or really good ones, but then there's a lot of them that are superhero reboots and remakes and stuff like that. And I think, you know, film still has a way of being like it was always, you know, original, fun. I like having like being able to watch something that has a closure within 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours, starts and it finishes. It's not like a TV show where like you're gonna have a big cliffhanger and then you're gonna have to wait a year or two for it to continue. That's why like there's something I like about better with movies where it's like you start and you finish all in one seating.
One seating.
And like I've definitely like thought of like, you know, maybe making TV would be fun, but it's the movies that really feels real to me. A lot of movies I definitely inspired me. Like I've been like touched by than TV shows, movie characters. Really, movies put me through, helped me through tough times. You know, when I was, you know, younger, like when I was in middle school. I mean, middle school was rough for everybody. Fuck middle school. But
Yeah, screw them. Hey.
when I was in 8th grade, dealt with emotional abuse by bad counselors and stuff. You know,
Mm,
there was dark moments, but movies always. It was a great way to put myself into another world, kind of like video games. Video games, but primarily movies. It's like a whole other world you get to put yourself into, and that's the thing with a lot of like the most famous, influential actors and filmmakers. A lot of them like relied on movies to get them through hard times, and that really says something about like why it's so real to me. It's they mean a lot to me, like the whole entire world of film and movies. And I guess that's really why I want to be part of it. Like it's something I was made for almost, you know. Even though some people are, you know, like when I say I was made to be in Hollywood, and even though I was born in Canada, and people are saying, how do you not like the cold weather? Why aren't you a hockey player? It's like I don't I have, you know, I was born in Canada, but I have American blood. It's not like, you know, I have Canadian family. Like it's just, you know, my dad used to travel a lot from work, so like we were, you know, well, it was my dad, my mom, and my siblings living there. That I just happened to be born there. But
yeah, yeah.
you know, Canadian charm, I guess.
Canadian charm, indeed. Well, Russell Foley, thank you so much, dude. Like, this has been awesome, my guy. That's a fucking LA, dude. Because, like, I can tell you, bro, like, you're literally the next Michael Bay. I will say that right now on
Thank you
this
very much.
show. Because I could just, I could just see the vision. It's just so crazy. I don't know. It's just like, just a big favor. If you ever have your movie premieres or whatever, come and invite me or whatever. You know, like I'd be
Absolutely.
happy to support or
Yeah,
something along those lines. Yeah.
call you for gaming nights. You know, whenever I can bring all this stuff with me halfway across the country, it'll be an event.
Don't worry. I'll try my best to travel to Philadelphia to come help haul these stuff to the West Coast. I'll drop everything and just do that.
I was really just thinking, I'll probably need a moving crew, like a legitimate. I mean, there's just so much. You're only seeing like parts of like this stuff is like, yeah,
Yeah.
arcade machines.
Arcade machine. Oh, we'll make do. We'll make do. We'll make do.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me on, man.
Yeah. Where can they find you before we?
You can find me on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all at the same handle, Will Russell 01.
Hell yeah.
I hope to see you guys there when I release more stuff. And yeah.
You better start following this man because he has a lot of stuff up his sleeve. That's it for keeping things real. I'm your boy Kobe. Make sure you follow me at Cobbina Appiah on my same socials as well, and also follow the podcast YouTube, and wherever you get your podcast from, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. For YouTube, definitely click on that subscribe button if you guys want to get episodes first and stuff like that. Substack will be launching very, very soon. Stay tuned for that. But otherwise, well, I appreciate you.